Welcome back to Sports Talk with Jordan. I'm here with Jacob, and we're going to be doing our record predictions and standing predictions for the AL East. We're going to start off with the first place team as of now. We've got the Tampa Bay Rays, who have this year been absolutely amazing. Jacob, what can you tell us about the Rays?
The Rays, they are just a very good team. They don't make the errors, and it just surprises me because they have one of the lowest payroll in the league, and they just don't make the mistakes that the average team makes, which is what makes them such an elite squad, even with no true all-stars. I see the Rays. The Rays are sitting atop this division right now. I see them finishing atop this division with a record of 93-69.
I completely agree. The Rays have the 26th highest payroll, so it's pretty low down. I think the Marlins have the least, both in the same area in Florida. But the Rays so far have been absolutely amazing, pitching-wise and hitting-wise. They have some great pitchers like Tyler Glasnow and some great hitters like Randy Arozarena. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Rays finish the season, which is why I have them sitting at 92-70, winning the division like you do. So next up, we have the Boston Red Sox, who this year started off strong. They went on a little bit of a cold streak, which brought them down to second place. So what can you tell us about the Red Sox season so far and where they're going to be going this season?
I love the Red Sox. I think they're a great team.
I hate the Red Sox, by the way.
And I just think they're a great team. I love Rafi Devers. I love Xander Bogaerts. I love J.D. Martinez. I love Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes closing up the games. And I just think they're a solid team. I do have them finishing as low as third in the division this season, even with a hot start. And I just really like the squad. But I do have them making the wild card, and I see them finishing with a record of 87-75.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do not like the Red Sox as a team, but they do have a pretty good squad playing. I have the Red Sox finishing second in their division, as they are now. I have the standings for the Rays and the Red Sox saying the same, which is why I have the Red Sox going, by the end of the season, a record of 87 and, I think, 75. But the only difference is I have them in second place while you have them in third. Because their squad is pretty good. They have some minor weaknesses, which is why they can't be in first. But that'll put them in second place. So next up we have the Toronto Blue Jays, who had a rocky start, but have seemed to gather themselves and get it together. Jacob, where do you see the Blue Jays going?
I do see them finishing second in the division, and I do see them making the playoffs. I'm a huge fan of this Blue Jays squad. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went to overhyped to overrated, and now he's one of the best hitters in baseball. I love where this team is headed. I like Kevin Biggio, Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien. I love the good young pitchers, and they have one of the best farm systems in baseball. This team is going to be one of the best teams in all of baseball for many years to come, and I think they're going to be a great team. I've seen them finishing the season with a record of 89-73, being the number one wild card spot and second in the American League East.
Completely agree with that you're saying. They do have a nice young team, some veterans, but a lot of young players on their team, which is why I have the Blue Jays finishing third, right behind the Red Sox. Normally a third-place team isn't as good as the Blue Jays, but they have a tough division with the Rays and Red Sox. So I have the Blue Jays finishing off the season with a record of 86-76. As you said, and I agree with, they have a nice farm system, so it'll be interesting to see how the season pans out. Next up, we have the fourth place team, the New York Yankees, who this year have been a disappointment to Yankees fans. What's going on here in New York?
I'm not a fan of the Yankees. I'm not a fan of anybody on the Yankees, except really DJ LeMahieu and Miguel Andujar. I don't think this team is headed places in the future like 95% of baseball fans do, and I see them finishing fourth in the division, not making the playoffs this year. everyone before the 2021 season marked them as the team to beat, but they've literally been the team to beat. And not hard to win against. So I don't see the Yankees going places, and I see them finishing fourth in the division with a record of 79 and 83.
Yeah, the Yankees this year have not lived up to what people thought they were going to be. As you said, they were going to be the unbeatable team. They are not the unbeatable team. They have such a high payroll. So it's going to be interesting to see who's off the team. I think the Yankees are going to be sellers this by the trade deadline. They're going to be selling a lot of players, starting new, starting fresh. So it'll be interesting to see how their season pans out. But I also have them in fourth place with a final record of 78 and 84 to finish the season. And next up, and finally, we've got the Baltimore Orioles, who have been a tough team to watch, especially recently when they went on a 14 in a row losing streak a few weeks ago. They haven't won very many games. What's wrong with Baltimore, Jacob?
They have no star power, and of course they're stuck on Chris Davis's horrendous contract. They're not going anywhere in a while, and they're going to be at the bottom for a good amount of time. They're going to be fifth in the American League East with a record of 71 and 91.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The Orioles have terrible pitching. Matt Harvey, who started the season off kind of strong with like less than a 3.6 ERA. His ERA is now about 6, which is a lot higher, obviously. But it'll be interesting to see what they do at the trade deadline. As you said, they had a huge contract, which has not been the best idea for them lately, especially with them underperforming, which is why I have the Orioles coming in last with a final record of 67 and I think 97. Yeah, right?
95.
Oh, yeah, 95. I thought there were 184 games in the season. So I have them finishing at 67 and 95. Last place. Terrible team. Don't have a future. No, it's a bit dramatic, but I don't care. No future in Baltimore for this Orioles squad. And now to review our playoff teams. In the NL, I have on the left the Mets, Giants, Dodgers, Padres, Cubs, and Brewers, while Jacob also has the Mets, Giants, Dodgers, Padres, and Cubs. But while I have the Brewers, he has the Cardinals. And for the AL, we both agreed that the Rays, Blue Jays, and Red Sox would be making the playoffs. And with that being said, we're going to be doing the AL Central next. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Bye.